The family dinner table erupted in laughter as Tanner raised his glass, toasting his recent promotion at the law firm to tradition, hard work, and keeping the family name strong, he said with that easy smile that always won everyone over. But across the table, Isaiah felt the familiar sting, his fork hovering over his untouched plate. Knowing the praise was a veiled jab at him, the problem child who dared to live openly as gay in their conservative Midwestern town. It was a typical Sunday in Elmwood, Ohio, where the Hargrove family gathered in their sprawling colonial home, the air thick with the scent of roast beef and unspoken judgments. Tanner, at 28, was a golden boy, married to his high school sweetheart Emily, father to a 2-year-old daughter, and climbing the corporate ladder with the precision of a man who never deviated from the script. Isaiah, 24, had come out 5 years ago, shattering the family's illusion of perfection. Since then, he'd been the outlier, the one they whispered about at church, the reason their mother, Diane, clutched her pearls a little tighter. Tanner, we're so proud, Diane beamed, her eyes glistening. You've got it all figured out. If only. She trailed off, glancing at Isaiah, who forced a smile. His father, Robert, grunted in agreement, his face etched with disappointment. Yeah, son, you could learn a thing or two from your brother, step-brother. Isaiah corrected silently. Their parents had married when Tanner was 10 and Isaiah was 6, blending two broken families into one fragile unit. But blood or not, the bond had always felt real, until Isaiah's truth exposed the cracks. After dinner, as the others chatted in the living room, Isaiah slipped out to the backyard, the cool evening air a relief from the suffocating atmosphere. He lit a cigarette, a habit he'd picked up in college to cope with the isolation. Footsteps approached, and Tanner appeared, loosening his tie. You okay? He asked, his voice low, concern flickering in his blue eyes, the same eyes that had watched over Isaiah through childhood bullies and teenage heartbreaks. Isaiah exhaled smoke, staring at the stars. Just the usual. I'm the family disgrace. Remember, Tanner sighed, leaning against the porch rail. They're just worried. You know how this town is, small minds, big mouths. But there was something in Tanner's tone, a hesitation that Isaiah had noticed more lately. Worried or ashamed? Isaiah shot back. Mom acts like I'm a disease. And Dad? He hasn't looked me in the eye since I told them. Tanner rubbed his neck, avoiding Isaiah's gaze. It's not that simple. They've got expectations. We all do. Isaiah turned, searching his stepbrother's face. There was always this undercurrent between them, a closeness that went beyond family. In high school, they'd shared secrets, dreams, Tanner defending Isaiah from homophobic jocks, Isaiah covering for Tanner's late-night escapades. But now, with Tanner's perfect life on display, that bond felt strained, like a rope fraying underweight. The next day, Isaiah met his boyfriend, Alex, at the local coffee shop. Alex was a teacher at the high school, openly gay and unapologetic, a stark contrast to Isaiah's hidden struggles. Your family's at it again? Alex asked, sliding a latte across the table. Isaiah nodded. Tanner's the hero. I'm the villain. Story of my life. Alex reached for his hand, but Isaiah pulled back instinctively, glancing around. Not here. You know how it is. Alex frowned. You're 24. When are you going to stop hiding? But Isaiah couldn't explain the fear, the way his mother's words echoed, calling his orientation a phase or worse, a sin. That night, back home, Isaiah overheard his parents talking. Tanner's got his head on straight, Robert said. Isaiah, we need to do something. Maybe therapy again. Diane agreed. He's dragging us down. The neighbors talked. Isaiah confronted them the next morning. Therapy? Like conversion camp? You think you can pray the gay away? The argument exploded, words flying like shrapnel. Tanner intervened, pulling Isaiah aside. Calm down. They're scared. Scared of what? Me being happy, Isaiah yelled. Tanner's face paled, and for a moment, something raw flashed in his eyes. Guilt? Regret? Just. Give them time, Tanner muttered. But time was running out. Isaiah decided to move out, packing his bags that afternoon. As he loaded his car, Tanner approached. Don't do this. We can fix it. Isaiah paused. Their faces close. Fix what? Me. Tanner's hand lingered on Isaiah's shoulder, a touch that sent an unexpected warmth through him. No, the family. But in that moment, Isaiah wondered if there was more to Tanner's plea, a depth he couldn't name. Weeks passed, and Isaiah settled into a small apartment in the city, an hour away. Work as a graphic designer kept him busy, and Alex provided comfort. But the family rift gnawed at him. Phone calls from Diane were laced with pleas to come back and try harder. Robert sent checks with notes saying, "For when you get your life together." Tanner called most, his voice a mix of brotherly concern and something unspoken. One evening, Alex proposed they go public more, perhaps attend a pride event. It'll help you heal, he said. Isaiah hesitated, memories of family dinners flashing. What if they find out? It'll kill them. Alex sighed. Or free you. The decision weighed heavy, leading to their first fight. You're still letting them control you, Alex accused. Isaiah stormed out, driving back to Elmwood without thinking. He arrived at the family home unannounced, finding Tanner alone in the garage, tinkering with his car. What you doing here? Tanner wiped his hands, surprise turning to relief. They talked for hours, beer in hand, reminiscing about childhood adventures. Remember when we built that fort in the woods? Tanner laughed. Isaiah nodded, feeling the old connection spark. You always protected me. Tanner's expression softened. I always will. As the night deepened, Tanner confessed the pressure of his life, the job, the marriage, the expectations. Sometimes I feel like I'm acting in a play. Isaiah leaned closer, then stopped. Be real. Their eyes met, and for a split second, the air charged with something forbidden. Tanner pulled away abruptly. I can't. Isaiah left confused, the encounter stirring emotions he didn't understand. Back in the city, Isaiah threw himself into work, designing campaigns for LGBTQ plus rights. It empowered him, but the family's silence hurt. Then, a call from Emily, Tanner's wife. Isaiah, something's wrong with Tanner. He's been distant, snapping at everyone. Worry gnawed at Isaiah. Was it the promotion stress, or something deeper? He visited again, finding Tanner in the study, staring at old photos. Talk to me, Isaiah urged. Tanner hesitated, then broke. Emily and I, we're not happy. It's all a facade. Isaiah's heart raced. Why keep it up? Tanner looked at him, eyes tormented. Because of them. The family, the town, in that vulnerability. Isaiah saw his own struggles reflected. He reached out, hugging Tanner, the embrace lingering too long, igniting a spark of realization. But duty called Tanner back to his role, and Isaiah returned home, conflicted. Alex noticed. You're different since seeing your brother. Isaiah brushed it off, but the truth simmered. His feelings for Tanner were shifting, blurring lines between brotherly love and something more. The moral quandary hit hard. Was it wrong? They weren't blood, but raised as brothers. Society would condemn it, the family destroy it. The tension built like a storm on the horizon. Isaiah tried to focus on Alex, planning a weekend getaway to distract from the turmoil. Let's go to the lake. Just us, Alex suggested, his enthusiasm a bomb. But as they packed, Isaiah's phone buzzed. Diane, your father's had a scare. High blood pressure. Come home. Duty pulled him back to Elmwood. Alex understanding, but wary. Don't let them pull you under. At the hospital. Robert lay pale, but stable. The family huddled. Tanner coordinating with doctors. His leadership unquestioned. He's going to be fine, Tanner assured. But his eyes were shadowed. Isaiah felt the weight of unspoken words. Later, at home, Diane cornered him. This stress, it's because of you. Isaiah, your lifestyle. The accusation stung. My lifestyle? Dad's been working 60-hour weeks for years. Tanner stepped in. Mom, that's not fair. But Diane persisted. Tanner's doing everything right, family. Career. Why can't you? Isaiah snapped. Because I'm not lying to myself. The room fell silent. Robert, from his bed, weakly added, Son, we just want what's best. But what was best? Isaiah wondered, glancing at Tanner, who looked away. That night, unable to sleep, Isaiah wandered to the old fort in the woods behind the house, a relic of their youth. Tanner found him there, flashlight in hand. Couldn't sleep either. They sat on rotting logs, the moon filtering through trees. Dad's scare got me thinking, Tanner said. About choices. Regrets. Isaiah nodded. Me too. Alex wants me to commit more. But I feel tied here. Tanner's voice dropped. Emily and I, we're talking divorce. Isaiah's heart skipped. What? Why? Tanner stared at the ground. It's not her. It's me. I've been pretending for so long. The confession hung heavy. Isaiah pressed. Pretending what? Tanner met his gaze. Vulnerability raw. That I'm straight. That this life is what I want. The revelation hit Isaiah like a punch. You're gay. Tanner nodded. Tears welling. Always have been. But I saw what it did to you. The judgment. The pain. I couldn't face it. Isaiah's mind reeled. All those years. Tanner defending him. The closeness, it made sense now. Why tell me now? Tanner whispered. Because I can't hide anymore. Because of you. The words electrify the air. Isaiah felt a rush of emotions, relief, anger, attraction. Me. Tanner reached for his hand. Growing up, it was always you. But we were family. It was wrong. They weren't blood. But the taboo loomed. Isaiah pulled back. This changes everything. Tanner agreed. I know. But the family. They'll never understand. Back in the city, Isaiah distanced from Alex. The secret burning inside. What's going on? Alex demanded. Isaiah confessed part of it, Tanner's orientation. Alex's eyes widened. Your stepbrother. And you. Feel something. Isaiah denied it. But the lie tasted bitter. The moral conflict tore at him. Betray family loyalty or deny his heart. Meanwhile, Tanner navigated his crumbling marriage. Emily suspected an affair. But not the truth. Who is she accused. Tanner evaded, the guilt compounding. He called Isaiah daily, their conversations charged with subtext. I need to see you, Tanner said one night. They met halfway, in a neutral diner. The booth a confessional. I told Emily I'm gay, Tanner revealed. Isaiah gasped. How did she take it? Badly. She's filing for divorce. The cost was high. Custody battles loomed. Family fallout inevitable. Isaiah shared his breakup with Alex. He saw through me. Knew my heart was elsewhere. Their hands touched across the table. A silent acknowledgement. But society intruded. Rumors spread in Elmwood. Emily's friends whispering about Tanner's midlife crisis. Diane called. Frantic. What's this about divorce? Tanner, you're throwing it all away. Tanner deflected, but the pressure mounted. Isaiah faced his own backlash. Friends questioned his frequent visits home. You're too involved, one said. But the pull was irresistible. A family meeting was called. Robert, recovered, demanded answers. Tanner, explain yourself. Tanner hesitated, then spoke. I'm gay. That's why the marriage failed. The room exploded. Diane wailed. Not you two. What did we do wrong? Robert slammed his fist. This family can't take another scandal. Isaiah defended Tanner. It's not a scandal. It's who he is. But the words fell on deaf ears. Diane turned on Isaiah. You did this. Corrupted him. The accusation ignited fury. Tanner shouted. No, I've always been this way. Isaiah's the brave one. The confrontation escalated. Old wounds reopening. Robert disowned them both temporarily. Get out until you fix this. The brothers, step-brothers, left together. Driving aimlessly. What now? Isaiah asked. Tanner gripped the wheel. We face it. Together, in a motel that night. They talked until dawn. Boundaries blurring. A kiss happened. Tentative. Born of years of suppressed longing. No more. But the line was crossed. The ethical dilemma loomed. Was their love a betrayal of family or a path to authenticity? Guilt followed. Tanner lost clients at work. The conservative firm uneasy. Isaiah's design suffered. Creativity stifled by stress. They met secretly. The romance budding amid chaos. But betrayal lurked. Emily discovered texts, assuming an affair with a woman. When she learned the truth, she threatened to expose everything in court. The custody hearing loomed. Tanner fighting for his daughter. I can't lose her, he told Isaiah. The choice, deny their relationship or risk everything. Isaiah urged honesty. We've hidden too long, but the price was steep. In court, Emily's lawyer painted Tanner as unstable, hinting at inappropriate family ties. The judge's gaze hardened. Society's judgment amplified. Church friends shunned the family. Neighbors gossiped. Diane fell into depression. Robert's health declined again. Isaiah confronted them. Your love is conditional. Diane sobbed. We just wanted normal. The word cut deep. Amid the storm, Tanner and Isaiah found solace in each other. But doubt crept in. Is this worth it? Tanner asked one night, holding Isaiah. The answer hung uncertain. The damage irreversible. The fallout rippled like waves from a stone thrown in still water. Tanner's law firm placed him on leave, citing personal issues distracting from client trust. He returned to Elmwood, crashing at a friend's house to avoid the family home. Isaiah commuted between the city and town, his apartment a lonely refuge. Their meetings were clandestine. Stolen moments in parks or back roads, each touch a defiance against the world. Diane's calls turned desperate. Come home, boss. We can work through this. But her words rang hollow, laced with conditions. Just try to change. Isaiah hung up, anger boiling. Change? For who? Tanner. More forgiving. Visited alone. Mom, Dad, I'm still me. Robert grunted. You were our pride. Now look at us. The town's whispers grew louder. At the grocery store, old acquaintances averted eyes. Isaiah overheard at a cafe, those Hargrove boys, both queer, families cursed. The social isolation stung, reminding him of high school taunts. Tanner faced worse, his daughter, Lily, asked why Daddy wasn't home. Emily limited visits, using the revelation as leverage. In a heated mediation, Emily demanded full custody. You're not fit, she said, tears streaming. Tanner pleaded. I love her. My orientation doesn't change that. The mediator suggested counseling, but Emily refused. And what about Isaiah? Your own brother. The insinuation hung, unspoken but damning. Tanner denied any romance. The lie a necessary shield. But the moral cost weighed heavy, betraying their truth to save his child. Isaiah struggled with his own choices. Work suffered. A big client pulled out after hearing rumors. We can't associate with controversy, they said. Friends distanced. Fearing association. Alex called once. I warned you. This family's toxic. Isaiah agreed, but couldn't sever ties. The inner conflict raged, loyalty to blood or stepblood versus self-preservation. A turning point came at a family therapy session, forced by Robert's doctor. The therapist, a neutral voice, probed, what does normal mean to you? Diane admitted fears of judgment. Our church, our friends, they'll abandon us. Tanner shared his suppression. I married Emily to fit in. It hurt everyone. Isaiah added. Coming out was hard, but hiding is worse. The session unearthed buried resentments. Robert confessed his own father's strictness shaped him. I wanted better for you boys, but progress stalled and the therapist asked about acceptance. Can you love them as they are? Silence. Diane whispered. We're trying. It wasn't enough. Outside, Tanner and Isaiah walked, hands brushing. That was brutal, Isaiah said. Tanner nodded. But necessary. Their bond deepened. But so did the risks. A nosy neighbor spotted them, fueling gossip. Emily used it in court, inappropriate relationship with his stepbrother. The judge ordered evaluations. The psychological toll mounted. Tanner sank into depression, questioning his decisions. Maybe I should have stayed hidden. Isaiah pulled him back. No, that's not living. But Isaiah's own doubt surfaced. Was their love real? Or a reaction to shared trauma? The ethical debate tormented. Society viewed step-siblings as family, making it taboo. Yet, no blood tie. Did that justify it? They decided to pause the romance, focusing on repair. Tanner threw himself into therapy, fighting for Lily. Isaiah advocated at work, turning his pain into art, designs for equality campaigns. But separation ached. Late-night calls became lifelines. I miss you, Tanner admitted. Me too, Isaiah replied. The words a quiet rebellion. Betrayal struck from within. Diane, in a moment of weakness, confided in a church friend. Who spread the news? The pastor called a meeting. We pray for your souls. Robert defended his sons for the first time. They're my boys. Back off. A small victory. But the damage done, more shunning. Isaiah confronted Diane. Why? We trusted you. She cried. I was scared. Alone. The conversation shifted something. Diane began reading about LGBTQ+ issues. Tentative steps toward understanding. But progress was slow. Interrupted by Robert's relapse, another hospital visit. In the waiting room, Tanner and Isaiah sat together. Exhaustion etched on their faces. This is the price, Tanner said. For being us. Isaiah nodded. But worth it. The question lingered. As Robert recovered, family dynamics shifted subtly. Dinners became less tense. Conversations more open. Tanner gained partial custody. Emily softening after seeing his dedication. But the romance remained hidden. A secret adding layers of stress. One evening, in the sunlit park where they'd shared childhood picnics, Tanner and Isaiah met. I can't pretend anymore, Tanner said. They embraced. The moment romantic yet fraught. A passerby glared, but they ignored it. The decision, come clean to the family. The revelation dinner was explosive. We're in love, Tanner announced. Diane gasped. But you're brothers, Robert thundered. This is wrong, Isaiah explained. Step brothers. No blood. But yes, it's complicated. The moral clash erupted. Family values versus personal happiness. Diane fled the room. Robert silent in shock. Tanner and Isaiah left. The bridge burned. Did we do the right thing? Isaiah asked. Tanner held him. We had to. The aftermath, estrangement. Calls went unanswered. Doors closed. Tanner lost more friends. Isaiah his sense of home. But in the void, they built something new, a life together. Away from Elmwood. The city offered anonymity, but the scars remained. Yet, awakening dawned. Diane reached out weeks later. I don't understand, but I miss my sons. A tentative reconciliation began, fraught with debates on ethics, love, society. Rebuilding from ashes demanded sacrifices. Tanner and Isaiah moved in together in the city, a modest apartment symbolizing their fresh start. Work for Tanner meant freelancing, his firm unwilling to reinstate him amid scandal. Conservative client, they said. The financial strain tested them. But Isaiah's designs gained traction in progressive circles, balancing the scales. Family contact was sporadic. Diane sent texts, neutral at first, how's Lily? Then deeper, reading a book on acceptance. Robert remained distant, his pride a barrier. Emily allowed more visits with Lily, but warned, keep it appropriate around her. The co-parenting navigated carefully. Tanner hiding the relationship's depth. Social pressures persisted. At a pride parade, they walked hand in hand. A public declaration. Friends cheered, but online trolls emerged. Anonymous hate from Elmwood IP addresses. Freaks, one messaged. The psychological toll, anxiety attacks for Isaiah. Sleepless nights for Tanner. Is this freedom? Tanner wondered. A major conflict arose when Lily asked questions. Why do you live with Uncle Izzy? Tanner explained simply, we love each other like Mommy and Daddy did. Lily accepted. Childlike innocence, a contrast to adult bigotry. But Emily exploded upon hearing. You're confusing her. Another court battle loomed. Custody threatened again. Isaiah faced his own crossroads. A job offer in New York, better pay. New scene. It could be our escape, he said. But Tanner hesitated. Lily's here. Family, too. The decision tore at them. Personal growth versus shared commitments. Isaiah declined, choosing love, but resentment simmered. Am I giving up too much? The family's slow thaw continued. Diane visited unexpectedly, bearing homemade pie. I want to try. They talked hours. Her questions earnest. How did I miss the signs with you? Tanner. He shared his struggles. Fear of losing you. Tears flowed. Bridge mending. But Robert's absence loomed. Betrayal resurfaced when a cousin leaked details to the local paper. Hargrove family scandal, brothers in love? The article twisted facts, painting them as deviants. Calls flooded, reporters, haters, supporters. Tanner's freelance dried up. Isaiah's clients wavered. The social condemnation peaked, forcing them to unlist their number. In the chaos, inner awakenings emerged. Tanner volunteered at an LGBTQ+ center, counseling others in hiding. Your story helped me, one youth said. Isaiah channeled pain into advocacy art. Exhibitions drawing crowds. Their love, once a source of shame, became strength. But the price, health scares. Tanner's stress led to ulcers. Isaiah's to therapy for depression. We're paying for authenticity, Isaiah noted. They debated ethics nightly. Society says it's wrong because of how we were raised. But is love ever wrong? A family reunion was proposed, neutral ground. A cabin upstate. Robert agreed reluctantly. The weekend was tense. Games turned to talks. Why us? Diane asked. Isaiah explained. Love doesn't choose. Tanner added. We fought it. But denying it hurt more. Robert listened, his silence breaking. I was wrong. Scared of change. The breakthrough hugs. Apologies. but not full acceptance. I can't condone it, Robert said. But you're my sons. Compromise. Bittersweet. Back home. Challenges persisted. Emily one more custody time, citing stability. Tanner grieved, but fought on. Isaiah's resentment boiled over. We sacrificed everything for this. An argument ensued. Word sharp. Maybe we rushed, Tanner admitted. They separated briefly. Space to reflect. In solitude, Tanner realized the depth of his choices, the marriage lie, the hidden self, the family pain. Isaiah confronted his dependencies. Reunion came with renewed commitment. We'll face it together. Society's lens shifted slightly. A supportive article countered the scandal, highlighting resilience. Friends returned. Allies emerged. But the scars defined them. As months passed, normalcy crept in. Dinners with Diane and Robert. Awkward but genuine. Lily's visits. Full of joy. Their love. No longer hidden. A testament to endurance. Yet, questions lingered. Had the revelations healed or destroyed the family, once fractured, knit unevenly, to fill? Add more detail on daily struggles. Expanded. During the separation, Tanner stayed with a friend, reflecting on childhood memories, how Isaiah's laugh lit up rooms, how their bond evolved from protective to passionate. The taboo haunted. Psychologists debated step-sibling attraction as rare but real, often from shared trauma. Tanner read articles, seeking validation. Isaiah, alone, created art series Hidden Bonds, abstract pieces selling well. Success brought interviews, where he spoke vaguely of love's costs. Society judges what it doesn't understand. Reunion, a park bench, sunlit, echoing their prompt moment. I choose you, they said. Recommitting. Family progress. Robert joined a support group for parents. Learning, he grumbled. Diane baked for pride events. But backlash, a church protest at Tanner's center. Sinners, they chanted. Tanner stood firm. Isaiah by his side. The balance, joy in small victories. Pain in ongoing fights. Stability was fragile, like glass under pressure. Tanner regained some clients, his honesty attracting progressive firms. Your story inspires, one said. Isaiah's career soared. His advocacy art featured in galleries. But personal storms brewed. Lily's school called, peers teasing her about two daddies. Emily blamed them. See what you've done? The custody appeal dragged. Lawyers probing their relationship. Is it healthy? One asked. Tanner defended. Love is love. But the judge, conservative, frowned. Partial custody remained, but supervised visits added humiliation. Family dynamics evolved. Diane hosted a dinner. Robert present. Conversations avoided the elephant, focusing on neutral topics. But tension snapped when Robert asked, plans for the future? Isaiah replied, together. Silence. Diane changed subjects, but later whispered to Tanner, give him time. Social integration challenged. At a neighborhood block party, invitations came, hesitant acceptance. But whispers followed. Isaiah overheard. They're brave or foolish. The dichotomy, admiration from some, disdain from others. Inner conflicts resurfaced. Tanner dreamed of normalcy, a wedding, kids. But society won't allow it. Isaiah shared fears. What if we regret this? Therapy helped. Unpacking raised his siblings' dynamics. It's complex, the counselors said. But consensual adult love isn't immoral. A major betrayal, a family member, the cousin, apologized but then sold the story to a tabloid for cash. Stepbrother's forbidden love, family torn apart, photos included, privacy violated. Lawsuits followed, but damage done. Death threats arrived. forcing a move. In the new apartment, paranoia set in. Is it worth it? Tanner asked again. Isaiah, defiant. Yes. We awaken others. Indeed. Fan mail came, people inspired to come out. Awakening extended to family. Robert had a heart-to-heart with Isaiah. I was wrong about you. Brave kid, tears shed, barriers crumbling. But sacrifices continued. Tanner lost a big case. Bias evident. Isaiah turned down international shows, staying for support. High Point, a quiet commitment ceremony. Friends witnessing. Vows exchanged. Rings slipped on. Joy amid tears. Low point, Diane's health scare, stress-induced. Your choices affect us all, she said weakly. Guilt ravaged them. Recovery brought closer bonds. Robert helped with a move, gruff but present. The narrative shifted from conflict to coexistence. But debates persisted, right versus wrong. Years blended. Challenges morphing. Lily grew, accepting her two homes. I love Uncle Izzy, she said. Warming hearts. Emily remarried. Tension easing. Tanner's career rebounded, specializing in LGBTQ plus law. Turning pain to purpose, he told Isaiah. Art for Isaiah became therapy. Exhibitions raising funds for causes. Family holidays normalized. Thanksgiving with awkward toasts. But laughter returned. Diane joined PFLAG. Robert attended meetings reluctantly. For my boys, he said. Social acceptance grew. Town evolved. Pride flags in windows. But backlash lingered. Online hate. Occasional slurs. Inner peace eluded fully. Tanner questioned. Did we betray our upbringing? Isaiah countered. We honored our truths. A crisis. Robert's terminal diagnosis. Bedside. Confessions flowed. Proud of you both, he whispered. Death brought unity. Funeral a mix of grief and reflection. Post-loss. Diane moved closer, embracing their life. Love wins, she said. Their relationship deepened. Routines comforting. But the past shadowed, debates on morality in quiet moments. Awakening complete. But at what cost? With Robert gone, the family redefined. Diane became ally, attending events. My sons taught me, she boasted. Tanner and Isaiah adopted a dog, symbolizing family. Lily's visits increased. Her questions answered honestly. Career highs, Tanner's book on coming out late. Isaiah's award-winning art. Social hurdles, a lawsuit win against the tabloid. Setting precedents. Personal growth. Therapy ongoing. Addressing traumas. Betrayals faded. Trust rebuilt. But reflections. The damage to innocence like Lily. Emily. The story's arc, from hiding to embracing. Prices paid. Life settled into rhythm. Scars fading but lessons enduring. Tanner and Isaiah married legally. A small ceremony with Diane and Lily. To us, they toasted. Challenges persisted, aging Diane's needs. Lily's teen rebellions. But strength prevailed. Society changed slowly. Their story contributing. In quiet evenings, they pondered paths taken. The hidden truth, once shocking, became their salvation. But was the devastation justified for personal truth? Or did family bonds deserve preservation above all?